The King has returned, everybody, on Deep Dive Zone, a Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Evan, joined as always by my co-hosts Lauren and Bruce, and we are continuing today with our penultimate episode of the Sonic X Archie comic series. And, yeah, they're already doing a sequel to the Gran Gordo thing.
Guess they really like the Gran Gordo concept. Honestly, I mean, I'm not complaining, but I kind of like it too.
Yeah, conceptually, I think it's been one of the funnest things they've done with these comics so far.
Yeah, and I suppose in real time it had been a few months since the first two comics.
But, yeah, I mean, the way we read these, we've talked about this before, the way we read these, we're kind of getting a different experience since these would come out. What, were these weekly or bi-monthly or something?
They were single monthly.
Okay, they were monthly. So yeah, we're getting a different reading experience by the way we do it.
Yeah,
largely superior, I think. Although there are some drawbacks.
There's some drawbacks, but I do think overall it is a superior way to read them.
I mean, I'm a fan of being able to binge things at your own pace either way. The question is, does having a minimum number that we have to do each week mean that we're rushing ourselves?
I don't think that 5 issues a week is a particularly fast pace.
Not really. I think it's a perfect pace, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in any case, we're starting here with Sonic X number 31, and this is still something surreal and maybe different, because Eggman appears to be fighting himself.
False cover.
I kind of wish that was actually in the issue. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The story here is the return of El Gran Gordo, Flynn and Yardley. El Gran Gordo is challenged to a match with the strongest warrior around, but Eggman already revealed his identity as the masked fighter. How could he possibly make this match happen? Anyway, here's Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Andy's the Ginormous, but it's Andre the Giant.
Very obvious, yes.
Yeah.
So I guess after the Gran Gordo craze, now officially Chris and Chuck are just wrestling.
Yeah, they're just fans of WWE, which I mean that's fair. WWE can be cool,
but this guy he wants to challenge Gran Gordo.
Did he not get the memo that Gran Gordo retired?
Or that he was Dr. Eggman?
Or that he was Eggman?
By the news.
Yeah, it appears that people have already forgotten that he was Eggman, so, cool.
Yeah.
Some people remember, but I think...
Sonic is one of the only ones that does, but a few others do.
Like some people are sort of in denial over it. I mean, a big celebrity turns out to be like a long time wanted. Yeah, exactly. Think about it.
No, I can understand why people would be like, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah, so, they're like, oh, well, clearly it can't really be happening, right? Deco and Boko recap all that on this page, but then Eggman decides he has a plan he needs Bokun for, so maybe the match is gonna happen.
Well, I also on the page before that when Andy's challenges El Gran Gordo, the bottom of it, I love the 2 frames at the bottom where Sonic says, "Dream on." Eggman gave it up, and then we cut to Eggman furious with Deco and Boko basically saying the same thing.
Yeah,
it is a good moment. I do love that one guy's insult can get under Eggman's skin. That's completely on brand.
Oh, that's totally on brand. That is totally Eggman.
And one time, when no one was looking, Dr. Eggman stole 40 cakes.
And that's terrible.
Cakes. That's as many as 4 tens. And that's terrible.
That's terrible.
I did not expect that meme to be in this comic.
I wasn't expecting that either, but I got a good chuckle out of me. The face Sonic's making when he's saying it also. There's something about all of it.
Yeah. Well, and Lex Luthor stole 40 cakes is like that's a classic,
That is a classic meme. Yeah.
That goes back decades, which I guess
yes.
comic, but I think it was old even by this point, so it's,
Oh yeah, I mean the origin of that meme is from like I want to say at least the 90s, or if not the 80s.
I mean, the book that it's from is really old. I don't know when it became a meme.
The meme, I think that is early internet meme. That has got to be like late 90s, early 2000s, like proto meme.
Anyway, yes, Sonic goes out and Eggman appears to be robbing a bakery. Well, he says, "Give me those sweets and money too, I guess." And then Sonic he's all ready to stop that, but then runs by these TVs, and Gran Gordo is live on TV. How could this be?
That's pretty lame, Sonic. Like, this guy made a robot duplicate of one of your friends not too long ago.
That's true. Like, come on, put 2 and 2 together, bud.
Yeah. Also note the classic style monitor in this TV shop.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Frankly, if you're paying attention, you not only do you know what Eggman's plan is having a body double, you even know who's doing the body doubling for him.
Well, when he says, "Give me all those sweets and money too," I guess it's pretty obvious.
I did figure it out before it was officially shown, but It did take me longer than this, unfortunately.
I had a feeling when I saw Eggman stealing cakes who it was.
Yeah. But, quote-unquote Eggman runs off, and Sonic neglects to follow Chris and Chuck to the fight, instead leaving to investigate on his own. I do like his line here, "Snap me a picture if Gran Gordo gets hit with a folding chair."
Jesus Christ.
And, well, I guess Eggman is fighting fair here, maybe? I'm not sure, because he goes up against Andy's here, and he's great at trash talk. You know, he's got the excellent presentation. He's not so good at as a wrestler, though.
Yes, he kind of seems like he's become a heel.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
Victories came out of trickery.
Yeah, I think it's been long enough that he did just straight up forget.
Yeah, that's got to be it, because they could have planned around this. But I think they just were so angry that they're like, "I'm just going to jump into it, and it'll work because it always worked in the past." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, wait, that was because tricks."
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was cheating.
Which makes it odd, because he does remind us that he was more physically viable against Sonic than his own robots.
It's true.
Eggman being weirdly resilient in a hand-to-hand fight is an underused aspect of his character.
Yeah.
Not that I want them to overuse it, but it's...
No, but occasionally.
Honestly, I think it's used just enough. Because I feel
like it could be a little bit more, but generally I think you're right.
If it was used too much, then you'd start wondering why Eggman doesn't just punch people more often.
Yeah, exactly.
The way it's done now, it's somewhat of a surprise, because I get the feeling that even Eggman doesn't realize their own strength.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, IDW is probably the best example of that. It only happens like twice, but both times I find myself fucking cheering for him.
Yeah.
So Sonic is running around looking for Eggman, and it's like, I can't find him. What am I gonna do? And then he just does find him. It's like he struggles to find him until he doesn't. He's right there.
Basically, yeah.
And this time, Gasp, he's stealing candy from this
candy shop.
Sugar Buzz. I was looking at the name of the candy shop, and there's a...
Yeah, Sugar Buzz is
off-brand Charmy Bee as the mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Eggman started talking strangely here, that was when I was like, okay, wait, now I know who this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he acts like a weird little freak when Sonic confronts him. He doesn't quite know how to fly his own Eggmobile and use the weapons on it.
I love him. I do love him struggling.
Yeah. And yeah, it's Bokun. Eggman had him pretend so he could be Gran Gordo again.
Right.
I'm still not sure exactly what people are supposed to believe when they saw Eggman take off the costume on live television, but citizens in Sonic X are kind of sheep, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
It's certainly enough to convince Chris, who sees Gordo beaten before him, only to say, "I believe in you," and inspire Eggman to get stronger.
I cannot believe that the Sonic X comics decided we need Chris, not just encouraging Sonic, but encouraging Eggman.
Yeah. He gets a fucking power boost. And
it's interesting.
He starts kicking ass. He literally beats Andre the fucking Giant, like, blow for blow without cheating.
Yeah, a little ridiculous, but okay.
I honestly, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to wonder if he remembered he was wrestling and didn't just, like, actually beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is made even better by the next issue. But I'll bring that up when we get there.
Sonic turns Bokugman into the cops. And hey, they're just regular cops, no weird accent, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But apparently the accent was part of their strength because Bokun escapes and flies off really easily.
Damn.
Well, also like having friends that don't have weird accents weakens Sonic. It turns out because I can't believe that Sonic got tripped up by candy thrown on the ground.
Yeah, he can't get traction.
That's so silly. But yeah, it's a net zero victory for
Basically.
I mean, at least Chris is happy, I suppose. Sonic even decides to not tell him the Eggman he found was a fake, just to let him have that happiness.
Yeah, I guess fair enough.
I mean, leaving Eggman unexposed last time didn't lead Eggman to mischief, but it did lead to trouble in a way. I don't know if this is a smart choice, but okay.
I don't think it's that awful of a choice.
It's not unlike this because you give Chris that only for Gran Gordo himself to show up at the door asking for Sonic's help. What did the idiot do this time?
What did the idiot do?
And yeah, that's that issue. So as a follow-up, probably better than the original in certain ways.
I think it was better. Yeah,
it hasn't lost momentum yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I can't remember how the first issue of the original Gran Gordo one ended off because I definitely liked it to start, but it just kind of petered out eventually.
Basically.
It's hard to compare. We should compare both parts to both parts, probably.
Good point. Let's move on. Sonic X number 32. Sonic has his own luchador getup now, and he and Eggman are playing. This is a Batman cover, right?
Yes.
Until you said the foreshadowing joke, I didn't know that was foreshadowing.
Yeah, well, neither did I, honestly. I mean, I did at the time that I said it because I'd already notated it, but...
Oh, yeah.
So, title mismatch, Flynn and Yardley. El Gran Gordo just won the title match and decides to continue his mission of justice by defeating the evil Dr. Eggman, but the mad scientist is too much for one luchador, and Gran Gordo solicits the help of El Rapido Azul instead.
I love that name.
Oh, gosh.
Awesome. So yes, we begin with a long and heavily embellished recap about Eggman getting locked out of his house.
He's too good at what he does that he locks himself out.
Yeah. Rather, it's more actually that Boken won't stop pretending to be him.
Right. Bokun is too good at being Eggman.
He's a damn nuisance even without the sugar rush.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, it really seems so. Yeah, I love that. I mean, when Eggman is like embellishing it's pretty entertaining to see Eggman just like in his getup bashing robots and stuff. But yeah, then when Sonic is like, hey, okay, so what really happened? Then they have to tell the truth.
Yep.
This is great because we talked about how they destroyed Andre the Giant last time, but here it reveals that like, I actually barely won, and I was really tired after that, and I just wanted to go home. Which yeah, that sounds more right. Like they were actually pushing themselves beyond their normal limits. And then when you go home to a super unfriendly welcome, man, Eggman is having a terrible day.
He is.
Yeah. It's awesome. But yeah, Sonic promises, he says, alright, fine, I'll help, on the condition that Eggman stop being Gran Gordo, which, why?
Honestly, yeah.
Like, when he's wrestling, he's not out conquering the world or endangering people. Is Sonic that annoyed by Chris's stupid fandom?
Well, and he seems to have an actual passion for wrestling. Maybe Sonic just wants to ruin what he has a passion for.
If anything, you should encourage this. You should say, you should play up Gran Gordo, because, if you get to a point where he's just not a bad scientist anymore.
Yeah, honestly, just convince him. No, go all in on Gran Gordo.
The egg redemption arc,
You are actually correct. That is true. Sonic should be doing that. However, 2 counterpoints. One, you alluded to, which is that I think Sonic just loves messing with Eggman. And so Sonic is like, oh, you're actually enjoying yourself? I can't have that, basically.
I guess, yeah.
Second counterpoint, though, is that this means Sonic doesn't have to stop Eggman anymore. Like he needs the mad scientist to be trying to conquer the world. To be, what if they're really bored? What if it's a really slow
That's
weekend?
true.
Fair enough. And it's, this is Sonic X Eggman, who is, he's not a threat, but he's decidedly less of one compared to main canon or like fucking Archie Eggman.
Sure.
True.
He doesn't murder people.
Yeah.
Probably. Anyway, Sonic is here to help, and they do indeed get him suited up as El Rapido Azul. It's a bit odd because his cowl is blue and he's already blue, so it kind of just makes it look like his head has extra wrinkles.
Yeah.
And I thought at first that like Bokun even like somehow he even has the henchbots fooled that he's Eggman, but it seems pretty clear.
No.
It's pretty clear that like they just like not having to do any work.
Yeah, they know full well.
No, this is 200 IQ. We're getting back to Deco and Boko actually being really smart. They just don't like apply themselves.
Yeah, they're just lazy.
Because now we'll see later that this is exactly what happens. But I could see already this early on. I was like, wow, this is smart, because if they just act like, oh, Boku was really clever with their disguise, then like they won't even get the blame from Eggman after this. Because it's not implausible, because they are foolish in other ways, but they have street smarts basically.
Street smarts.
Well, it's a good excuse for Deco to keep playing his Nintendo Game Boy Advance original console here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The DS was already long out by this point. Anyway.
Yeah, but
yeah, so they know it's Boken, but Boken doesn't care what they do, so they can just goof off, and they're the ones who've been running the base's defenses and keeping Eggman out.
I love this for a page. It's like almost full page art of
Boko, I think. Is the hit.
Boko, yeah. Hitting the button. The like serious look on his face is saying it's our duty to protect Dr. Eggman and this base.
Yeah, I love the quotes.
Yeah.
So yes, Sonic and Eggman, they're climbing up the base like on the cover, and they get shot with lasers and fall. Eggman lands on Sonic.
Ow.
And I'm surprised that Sonic is neither hurt by his weight nor is Eggman hurt by the quills, but
because funny.
It's funny because they do that whole routine, and then Sonic is just like, you know what, screw this, and he just grabs Eggman and runs up the wall.
Sonic finally decides, I don't need to play along with this anymore. I just need to get Eggman back in his base.
It's like, I just need to finish this.
I just want to go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that Eggman is having fun when he's being carried too.
Of course.
At first, like, no, don't do it, stop, and then he enjoys that.
So they burst into the base, but Deco Boko activate a bunch of guard robots that really look nothing like we've really seen from Eggman in these series, but
yeah, they're kind of generic-y.
Sort of
they
like
look a little
something
bit
out
like
of
the Sonic
06.
06 robots.
Yep.
Kind of, yeah.
And you know what? I will say, obviously the art in these comics has been pretty consistently good whenever it wasn't Tim Smith III, who even then was awful. But I do really like the rendering of this issue in particular because, Yardley obviously is a great artist.
Oh, I love Yardley's
Jason
work,
Jensen's colors.
The color work is really good here.
They always use these metallic pinks and blues that give great shine to anything robotic.
Yeah.
And
I also love the coloring on the page with Sonic and Eggman fighting the robots at the bottom of Deco and Boko doing their evil laugh.
Yeah, the fucking dramatic lighting.
It's so good. Also,
Yeah.
I love Eggman fighting, like slamming his stomach into the robots.
Yeah. Sonic, on the other hand, is kind of made out to be a fool here. His cape catches under Eggman's foot and his cowl flops onto his face.
To be fair, he doesn't really know how to fight in this outfit, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but it doesn't look that limiting.
It's the cape.
It's the cape, yeah. No capes.
Exactly, no capes. Edna was... remember what Edna said.
It's fucking Incredibles, yeah. And, yeah, it's really Eggman who takes care of the robots and then reveals himself to the henchbots to call the guards off. And on the one hand, yes, that stuff you were saying about Deco Boko is accurate, It's kind of amazing that they get away with this, claiming they were just so convinced by this guys. But I also love that they do get away with it by telling Eggman how great he is.
Yep.
You were
They
just
stroke
too
his
good at it.
ego. They know how to
Yeah.
manipulate Eggman.
Yeah, that was really what sealed it. Because even if they were genuinely fooled, Eggman still probably wouldn't take that as an excuse. But
Right.
yeah, being like, "Oh, your disguise was too brilliant." Yeah, that sealed it.
By stroking his ego, that's perfect.
Yeah. I'm imagining Eggman taking a loss against Sonic, and they say, "Don't worry, Doctor, you were just too smart to win."
Right.
Yeah, your intelligence got in the way.
But we still have to take care of Bokun, who I'm now realizing, in terms of number of issues-wise, he's now tied with the Sonic X organization for the second most prominent villain in the comics.
Yep.
Um,
Eggman's like, "All right, I'm back. Okay, so where's Bokun?" And then Deacon and Boku are like,
yeah.
"Oh, they're in the secret project room." And Sonic is like, "Secret project, huh?"
Your project, hmm?
And Eggman's like, "Oh, I don't need help with that." And Sonic's like, "No, I'm coming." So yeah, this is a secret project.
it's the Red Eye, the Death Egg Act 1 boss?
But yeah, it's Red Eye. That's pretty cool.
That is cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's a random inclusion, but yeah, I like it. Also, that being said, you had one job, they made the eye blue.
It's Blue Eye.
It's fine. It very much resembles it.
It's obviously Red Eye.
Yeah, and maybe colorists didn't get the reference.
Sure.
So, yeah, well, it's like, I say they fight, they're about to fight, Sonic immediately gets shot with the laser, but it just destroys Rapido Azul's costume.
And doesn't harm them at all in any other way.
It was Eggman tech.
It was a really strong costume.
I guess.
So, yeah, the armor is thick.
Sonic is like, "Wow, this thing is really tough, but you always have like fatal flaws in your designs." Eggman's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." But then he gets him to admit, he's like, "Okay, yeah, you're right. There is a trick."
I do love that he apologizes to the robot for revealing its weakness.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a frame of him hugging the robot. Yeah, Daddy's sorry. I didn't want to tell the mean hedgehog your secret.
Yeah. So yes, Sonic, he gets inside the vent, he spin dashes up through it. There's a pretty cool internal shot of it going around the screw. Then he makes a reference to the real Slim Shady and kicks Bokun's ass. Time for the kid to get punished by his dad.
Yep.
Except not really. Eggman is weirdly soft on him, because he just tells him to like fix the base, right?
Basically.
Yeah. I feel like Eggman is meaner to the henchbots for smaller infractions, but
he seems to treat Boku like he's actually his son.
yeah,
Like he did that in the anime as well.
very, very weird.
Yeah, this is strange. Like they're unfortunately tied down by the show's canon, but like Eggman should just like exile Bokun or something. Have a Bokun out of the job issue. That would maybe fix this.
Yeah, you could do that. But a deal is a deal, so Eggman has to hang up the cape and cowl for good. I still don't get it, but I guess Sonic's happy with it at least.
Yeah, Sonic's happy with it. Eggman seems legitimately sad that he has to do it.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, indeed. We'll see on the last page, but the henchbots, they have to clean up the mess. It's back to work for them. Sonic tells Chris that Gordo had to go, and it's all status quo again.
Yep.
But I do love this final panel with Eggman looking wistfully at the costume which he has mounted.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I do like that X gets right, and that I do prefer about game Eggman as compared to depictions where he's the most evil person to ever live, is that he's manic and selfish, but he clearly, I mentioned this last week, but he enjoys being liked in a lot of cases and is kind of lonely.
I do like that.
It's like you can't relate to him exactly.
No, but
he's not emotionless.
Exactly.
Which is not to say that I can't like Eggman being the evilest creature alive in Archie. We'll see some of that in the coming weeks.
So I like in different interpretations of the character.
It's good when they can do both, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like Eggman is a sliding scale that
That's the way to put
varies.
it, yeah.
That varies between sort of a more fun-loving villain that's just enjoying themselves to just pure evil, and
Yeah.
it makes it more interesting to compare the different interpretations of the character. There hasn't been an Eggman version that I haven't liked, so
Exactly. That's very true, yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about this a while back. Like, what was the weakest No, actually, it was the fucking Sonic subreddit that was talking about what is the weakest version of Eggman, and their answer was like Sonic Underground, but that was not because he was bad. It was just because he didn't have that much going for him.
Right. It's like
yeah, they
Eggman
weren't
is
served very well.
Eggman is consistently the best part of, or not best part, is consistently just good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, let's move on. Sonic X number 33. Whatever we think about this issue, this is an excellent cover. Everybody just scrambling over this geode.
True.
Yeah.
But the story here is Meteor Madness, Edkin and Hutchison. Completely different team. Sonic, Chris, their friends, the Chaotix, and even Gun all participate in a competitive scramble for a Chaos Emerald that has mysteriously fallen from space.
I might refute the gun aspect of that. I see what you're saying, but I don't know that I agree.
I don't know if I agree that Gun is actually involved. Yeah.
Does Rouge not say anything about Gun?
She just mentions that being part of Gun has its benefits or something.
Yeah, maybe she's here on her own terms.
I'm pretty sure she is. We'll see that in a bit.
I kind of thought they were. That's just my immediate assumption whenever get gems.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's a gem, so I just assume she saw it and was like, I want that.
Like, you could easily interpret that as I used Gun's equipment.
Exactly.
So I could find gem.
That's what I was thinking.
All right. Well, anyway, we begin with a cookout at Chris's house.
Yeah, the most important member of that entire group, Big the Cat, is here. We got lucky.
Yeah, Big.
Random Big appearance here, which means they get to be part of this story.
I'm trying to think. Have we seen Big in these comics yet? I legit don't remember.
He was at
one
least
time.
in one of the early ones, the one where Eggman was trying to steal the rocket ship.
Right, yep. That's right. Yeah, he went to France with them, or wherever they went.
No, he was just already in France for some reason.
That's right, he was already there. Big strikes me as someone who would travel.
Yeah, well, that's kind of his gimmick in the games, that he just ends up in random places.
Exactly.
And hey, the Chaotix are here.
Yeah, they even talk about the fact that they keep reappearing in the world.
We have to cover this plot hole up.
Yep, fair enough.
So yeah, they decided to fix it by just saying they're in and out at random times. Okay.
Yep, I guess fair enough.
We're still straddling the line of continuity here. It's so funny.
It is funny. You know what's also funny is that Knuckles is here, but they just took the Master Emerald with them. Like, they're at the Thorndikes, and they just took the Master Emerald with them.
Is that so?
Is Angel Island okay?
Yeah, I don't know what the implications of taking the Master Emerald to the barbecue does. Now, I'm trying to remember. In the Sonic X cartoon, I think there is an episode where Rouge steals the Master Emerald, and I don't think it drops Angel Island into the ocean. I think it only drops when it gets broken.
Yes? It can still wirelessly send power, I guess?
That's too convenient.
That is really convenient.
In the space arc, Knuckles takes it on the ship, and I don't think it falls into the ocean then either.
Well, I could chalk that up to the fact that the planet had been basically drained already. So, maybe Angel Island had already dropped. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember if they showed that.
Now, you're right, Lauren, that it is too convenient, but that's the only explanation I can think of that's rational, because Knuckles plopping his entire continent into the ocean to come get a hot dog seems much more ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that's...
Okay, if I'm trying to, like, come up with a serious explanation, yes. I'm just saying this doesn't work.
No.
Also, if we are to believe that explanation... I guess Angel Island is their home, so fair enough. But, like, surely there's a more secure location you can be guarding it from.
Yeah, it's weird, and that's the thing, is that Knuckles guards the Master Emerald, but he guards it on behalf of Angel Island, so...
Right.
I don't know. It's not that big a deal because this issue is mostly fluff anyway, but
Yeah.
uh, there is some interesting stuff here. Everybody's telling stories about stuff that happened, both in the show and not, because Knuckles talks about the episode with Hawk, but Charmy's interests me because it seems to depict them saving a small child who had fallen into one of Eggman's abandoned secret lairs.
I
And,
want
like,
to read that story.
there's this big robot, and the small child in question is really hard to see because drawing's low res. Is that Cream?
It looks like it's another rabbit, at least.
Yeah, because
It's not Cream because this is what the Chaotix were doing when they were sent back to not Mobius.
Yeah. Right.
okay, and I figure if it was Cream, they would just say it, but it sure looks like Cream.
It looks like
It's-
Cream. I think it's
probably
just
another rabbit.
another rabbit.
Yeah.
I suppose. Very odd conclusion, especially since these comics and Sonic X on the whole, for the most part, don't really have any original animal type characters. So
Right.
unless you count Cosmo, I guess, but she's a plant animal type. So
Yeah, she's a cabbage.
anyway, that's a weird moment. But Chris is hearing all of this. He's hearing about Sonic fucking punching a punching an airplane in half. What is he doing here?
He's stopping an airplane. Wait. No.
Stopped the
Defeat-
plane from
that-
crashing, beat Sam Speed and Race, and defeated another one of Eggman's crazy schemes.
That was
So I
that's an
suppose
E
it's an
robot he's
Eggman machine that's
punching.
not related to the plane.
Yeah, because it has E dash on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The point is, Chris is hearing about all of these stories and thinking, man, my life is
Yeah, my life
boring and
sucks.
only interesting when something is going on with Sonic. And boy, isn't that true about Sonic X.
Uh-huh.
I would call it a meta commentary if I didn't know better.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chuck finds a meteor falling from the sky.
Damn.
It's going to harmlessly crash in the South Pole, but it has a Chaos Emerald in it.
Hold the phone. What?
Harmlessly crash into the South Pole? How can they see it?
I
If they're in, like... later on, it will appear that they seem to be in Texas.
yeah.
But either way, I don't think they'd be able to see a meteor coming towards the South Pole. Also, harmlessly, that thing looks big. That would still make a massive shockwave that would destroy a lot. And depending on the size, I don't agree with harmlessly.
All right. Well, I was more reacting to how is there a Chaos Emerald inside it?
That's also a good question.
Yeah, I thought unless there's something, an example, perhaps of something I haven't seen yet, typically after you use the Chaos Emeralds and they scatter, they don't leave the planet they're on. I think that's
No,
consistent.
Not usually.
Yeah, no. The only time they have is in the space arc of X.
Yeah.
But they were
that was
taken,
old MacGuffin. Yeah,
right? So
they were basically yeah.
Well, Sonic
Well,
Sonic scattered
yeah.
them in that case, but he did it on purpose. Is the
oh,
point.
intentional.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Intentional scattering.
He
yeah,
did that
yeah.
on purpose, yeah.
Maybe this is gonna sound really stupid. Maybe that meteor was already falling to Earth, and last time the Chaos Emeralds got used, it scattered and hit the meteor on the way down.
When Sonic was fighting Chaos, Robot Chaos.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that we actually saw the last time the emeralds got used. Yeah.
Well, assumingly the last time there was.
Well, yeah, you're right.
That's a very stupid excuse, but whatever. This is kind of a silly issue anyway.
Yeah.
The heroes are gonna go after it, and Eggman is obviously gonna go after it, right?
You would assume so.
We gotta race to the polar or south polar ice caps. But Chris decides, I'm not interesting enough on my own, so we need to race each other too.
Just enough on my own.
I'm trying to be
That's
more
true.
impulsive.
That's a good way to do it, Chris.
Yeah.
So we split everybody into teams, and some of them are rather unconventional. We have Sonic,
Yeah.
Tails, Big, Chris, Charmy, and Cream, Vector, Espio, Amy, and Knuckles.
I feel like it should be Sonic, Tails, and Amy.
Well, so Chris basically picks the teams, and he picks Cream and Charmy on purpose because he thinks we're all underdogs. So we'll prove ourselves. But why Sonic would pick Big? It's funny because you can see he picks Big for his team, and you can see Amy's upset about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
okay.
is it-
I mean, consider their other choices. Like They can't pick Amy for obvious reasons. Vector is incompetent. SPO is a companion of Vector, so they're incompetent by association.
Well,
So
and he
Big
also
is actually
already
the
got
best choice.
The Chaotix are a bad choice. Amy, because this is 2008 or something, so Amy's still terrible.
Well, she hasn't been that bad in these comics.
No,
but
she hasn't been that bad in these comics.
In the Sonic
so
X
big,
canon
big and
overall,
Tails.
we know what.
Yeah, Big and Tails, I guess, really were the only options.
He could have picked Cream, although I don't know what she would have done.
I mean, she can fly.
Oh, actually,
So
no,
can Tails.
Chris picked Cream first, sorry.
That's true. He could have chosen, and Charmy is a terrible idea.
Yeah, use my logic, except Charmy is also pathetic by association.
Yeah, so Big and Tails were really the only options here.
It's really
Especially
funny
because
how
Knuckles
much...
decides to go off on his own.
Yeah, well, that makes sense for Knuckles, but...
No, I know, but if he hadn't, it would have been Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles.
Yeah, maybe that's too obvious. I don't know. It's really funny that we
Team
just spend
Sonic.
all our time dunking on the Chaotix in everything other than the games. I know I've said that before, but it's really funny.
Well, because like in any other media they're in, they're kind of useless.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their character at this point to me.
Basically.
Anywho, I can already feel a problem forming with Chris's idea, but the race begins, and for some reason, we're trying to literally catch the meteor with our hands.
Yeah, let's do that. That's a great idea.
It's actually quite funny because they say go, and the very next time we see a single character, they're already at the South Pole. So the most challenging part of this is already over.
Well, you would think most challenging part.
Yeah.
I find it funny that all the other teams are like right behind Sonic.
Yeah.
How the hell?
They have really good...
does that mean Sonic can carry Big?
Oh, sure. Yeah, they definitely can.
Oh, he carried Eggman. So, just recently.
That's what they should have done. They should have had Big become a luchador to face off against Eggman.
You know what?
That actually would have been great. If there was a Gran Gordo Part 3, that would be great.
Yeah, get wrestling Big. That'd be cool.
Anyway, so yeah, Sonic slips on ice and fumbles like an idiot, and then everyone is like, oh, let's get the meteor, and they're like, oh shit, it's big enough to kill all of us.
Let's catch it anyway.
Although actually, it's weird, because it's bigger when the shadow of it heading towards them, and then it hits the ice and crashes through the water, and then leaves a smaller hole.
Yeah.
Drawing error, I guess.
Wait, no, I guess that's how shadows work, kind of.
It is how shadows work. I guess we didn't see it gradually close because it just went the timeline just went big shadow to impact.
Yeah, and like Bruce said, this should make way more of a shockwave even if it's hitting water.
Yeah, that's a fairly large meteor. It's not like extinction level, obviously. Well, I don't remember how the one that killed all the dinosaurs was, but it wasn't as big as I think people think it was.
Yeah, I think meteors are generally deceptively destructive relative to their size.
Yeah, definitely. Part of it because they hold so much potential energy.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, it crashes down, and Big is like, "I'll fish it out."
Sure, bud.
Instead, this purple blur decides to dive in after it instead. It's
funny. I did somehow completely missed that frame, so I didn't realize who. Well, I could have assumed when they were saying who was that it was Rouge, but I didn't actually see her until she came out of the water.
That's funny.
And yeah, so she says being a spy for Gun has its advantages when Tails asks how she knew. So Gun detected it?
Yeah, Gun detected it, but they weren't going to go after it, I guess. And then she went after it on her own. Is my guess.
I feel like that has to be it.
Here's what I think it is. I think Gun would have ordered her to get it, but she left before they had a chance to.
That's probably
perfect.
Fair. Yeah, that's a fair guess.
This way, if I'm not operating on orders, they can't try to keep it.
Yep.
And yes, it's a big rock, and everybody starts fighting over it.
Yep.
So it really stops being a race at this point. Now it's just who can hang on to a hot potato the longest.
Yep.
Also, just now, Chris, Cream, and Charmy arrive. Were they holding Chris the entire time like that?
Yep.
I hope not.
Fly all the way to the South Pole like this? But Tails tosses Sonic a ring to knock the rock out of Rouge's hands. It goes flying for like a fucking mile and just utterly obliterates the side of this ice cliff face. I don't know how hard he hit it,
Supercharged with the ring. Yeah, that checks out, honestly.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
suppose. But Sonic grabs it and runs out, and really that should be the end of things because he should be so fast he should get back to the house almost immediately.
You would think so.
But instead it ends up being a real chase. So anyway, remember how they said Eggman would go after it? That doesn't happen.
Strangely.
He just wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention.
Eggman's-
He's
he's
taking
enjoying
a
his,
vacation in scenic Brazil.
Yeah, he's somewhere in the Amazon.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, if this was like close to the last issue, taking a vacation after that actually checks out.
Oh no, I don't mind that. That makes sense.
Yeah, he's just relaxing in a I don't know, a hot spring maybe. Actually, no. I think they later clarify this is a mud bath, but they were accidentally drawing the mud as water. They accidentally.
Yeah, I
colored
think
it that
so.
way.
Yeah, I think
That comes up
so.
in a second. The henchbots see on the monitor that there is a Chaos Emerald out there, but they're like, nah,
We're lazy.
we're on vacation.
Which, you know what? Fair enough.
So Sonic runs all the way to Argentina, but Knuckles somehow follows him closely, and I like that he has a fucking backpack for the Master Emerald. He has straps on it to keep it in place. We're gonna see one of these where he has like, you know, the front facing backpacks for like babies that you wear. But he kicks the rock out of Sonic's hands, and he picks it up, and then he runs all the way to, you guessed it, Brazil. But something happened.
True.
Yeah.
Chris is not worried about this for some reason. I wonder why. You can almost certainly guess the twist.
Yeah.
But it's funny because you know, Knuckles had the emerald strapped to his back, and then Rouge breaks the strap on the emeralds to take the rock from him. I kind of wish that she had just gone for the Master Emerald instead.
She should have just gone for the Master Emerald.
Okay, like Rouge is generally a jerk, but I think they're not such a huge jerk that they would randomly steal the Master Emerald, because like back when there was like an evil clone of Rouge, that was supposed to demonstrate that that wasn't Rouge. Like Rouge, otherwise Rouge would be like trying to steal the Master Emerald all the time. I think that they wouldn't go that far.
She already kind of had to
Yes,
give up on it twice in the show, between that episode where she stole it and then the Sonic Adventure 2 bit, so it'd be negative character development.
Fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, she takes the rock, but SBO catches her off guard with his invisibility. He tosses it to Vector, who trips over Big's fishing line. And Big is just sitting in here with Eggman. I don't even know if Eggman knows that anybody else is here.
No,
No, he
Eggman is oblivious for whatever
Yeah, he's
reason.
totally oblivious.
Yeah, but he trips over the fishing line and into the not hot spring but a mud bath and splashes it all over Eggman. So then the rock is caught by Sonic, except some fucking monkeys attack him for no reason.
Yeah, Sonic is like, what do they have against me? And I'm like, oh, is that a plot point? No, they don't explain it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
there's
just
just
happens,
weirdly
you know.
malicious monkeys. And also, they're
Yep.
wearing gloves? What's going on? These guys
Oh,
look
no.
like Mobian monkeys.
Oh
They
my
do,
gosh.
actually, yeah, huh.
I mean, maybe they are from Mobius. Like, there's no saying that we saw literally everyone that got transported.
That's true.
I don't know. And yes, here's the part where we realize that the color is fucked up, because Big and Vector are colored as if they're covered in mud, because they were, but the mud is still colored like water.
Maybe it's a layer of mud underneath the water.
It must be.
It only shows it as a completely white-blue-ish splash, but I don't know.
I know.
Anyway, Tails grabs the rock from Rouge. Eggman is he's mad at his robots, but that's really his only presence for this issue.
Basically.
Yep.
Tails grabs the rock back from Rouge. Amy gets in his way. Rouge, I think it looks like she throws her boots at him, because like, what is this hitting him? Because that's not.
Yeah, it does. Maybe.
I think the joke is because
I think it's supposed to be like a really fast kick, but they only drew her boots.
I don't know. Maybe it's like she flies into them, because in the next panel she's like slumped over a tree branch.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's it.
Or I guess it's Sonic that hits all three of them, maybe, since he catches it? I don't know.
Okay, there is a remark before this. Tails is like, "Hey, Rouge, you have a run in your stockings."
What does that
And Rouge
mean?
is like, "I don't know." And Rouge is like, "Huh?" And then they're like, "I don't wear stockings, you sneaky little fox." So maybe they threw their boots at Tails as a follow-up of that.
maybe.
I...
Oh, a run is a tear.
Oh, okay.
And you know how when stockings tear,
Okay, he says you
they
have a
get,
tear
like,
in
the
your
line of
stockings,
it.
and then she gets distracted. That's how he grabs it from her.
Yeah.
That's a really weird sequence.
That was
Anyway,
odd. Yeah.
Sonic has the rock. The big man has the rock. And then he runs back, and he gets to the Thorndike Mansion.
Which, as I said, appears to be in Texas.
How are you?
Yeah, you're
How do
right.
you figure?
That's Texas.
Yeah,
The
look at
end
the map.
point of the
Oh, you
is
know what? Yeah, I can
Texas.
see. I can see looking at it.
They put the northern border of Texas on.
Sorry, I
figured
didn't
Station
understand that
Square
those
is
were the
in.
borders, but you're right.
Yeah, that's the north border of Texas. I was under the assumption Station Square was supposed to be in California, but maybe this is some sort of vacation home in Texas.
Well, Station Square at one time looks like it could be Los Angeles and Miami
Yeah.
and New York.
I always got the impression it was supposed to be California.
Maybe. Texas is a weird place for it no matter what, though.
Yeah, that's why I think this might be some sort of vacation home. Do they actually call it the Thorndike Mansion at the beginning?
Well, it looks like the Thorndike Mansion.
They're uber super duper rich. They could just build an
It
exact
says
replica.
the Thorndike Mansion at the beginning, so which implies it's the normal one.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, it doesn't mean. I guess it's not. It doesn't, just because they show the end of the arrow being Texas, that doesn't mean it actually is, because they could have they're just showing that, oh, they're back in
The continental US. I don't know. This doesn't matter. Sonic
Not
gets the
really.
rock back. He says, "We're back." Chuck is like, "I noticed. It looks like you guys are the winners, but you're not, because they break open the geode." Sonic just breaks it open with his hands, I might add. And the Chaos Emerald is not in there.
Yeah.
Because that one panel showed Chris saying, "Oh, we'll be okay." And it's because when it fell down in Brazil, the emerald fell out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris grabbed it, so...
The Chris and the other children won.
Yep.
Chris wins by having slightly better spatial awareness than a bunch of dipshits.
Yep.
Also, I wish Eggman had participated. That cover lied to me.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, that Eggman was not served well here.
I mean, he was on vacation. I get that, but, like, come on.
Well, let them have a vacation. Come on, don't ruin their vacation.
Well, hey, look, it's Sonic X number 34, and we're still partying. We're still having a vacation.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. They got another vacation because of that.
There we go, yeah.
I'm wondering if the creative staff were just looking forward to retiring from the series at this point. We're like, let's just make a bunch of dumb party comics. We're almost done here.
No, I think they just didn't know what to do, so they just
That's probably more like
ideas.
Something like that. This is Fool Party, Flynn and Hutchison. Eggman crashes the Thorndike's pool party, and shenanigans ensue. I really don't have more than that. Also, there's a... I didn't even notice until a second ago. On the cover, Tails is in a floaty that looks like a bean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also has the Sonic the Fighters logo on it. Now see. Anyway, we're beginning with a flash forward to Eggman cannonballing the pool and splashing Sonic, who is in the pool, which I was gonna complain about that, but it's justified because we know Sonic hates that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We even get a flashback of him saying so it's, you know, it's all connected. Because the Thorndikes have hosted a donation drive to get a pool party with Sonic as the reward without telling him.
Yeah, without telling Sonic. Great. Yeah,
Yep, classic Thorndike behavior.
Yeah.
Next, you're gonna tell me they're I never think funny. Anyway,
Next, you're gonna tell me that they're accepting donations from Eggman.
yeah. Yes, after all these money schemes Eggman has pulled,
he must actually be loaded.
Well, the thing he ends up doing with the money that he has won from any of these, ? I guess the Gran Gordo stuff probably got him money.
That's true.
But he's the one who donates the most money to the donation drive.
I That's interesting. I also like when Sonic is talking to Chris's dad. Chris's dad says, "No, you might actually want to be at the pool party."
Because Eggman, your friend, will be there.
Oh my gosh.
I could so envision that, like Nelson being like the kind of parent that sees like his kid getting bullied, and he's like, oh, he's made a friend.
Okay, so but is Nelson so oblivious that they don't even realize that Eggman is like a terrorist? Like,
I don't think so.
Or maybe it's like they see anyone that has a lot of money and they're like, oh, they're just like me. They must be trustworthy.
I would say it's closer to the second one, because definitely Nelson is aware of Eggman's schemes from the show.
Yeah, well, and also like other parts of the story, he does not seem to be very trustworthy of Eggman being at his home.
Yeah, it's very odd.
This seems very out of character.
This is odd.
Anywho, Eggman goes off because it's official. He paid legitimately. And I like the henchbots theorizing different ways Eggman will kill Sonic here.
Yeah.
But Eggman, he has a different plan. He has a plan for something other than Sonic, in fact. He's gonna steal Chuck's invention.
Okay.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like the scene where they arrive and Sonic and Eggman, Amy and Eggman, both in their swimsuits, angrily glaring at each other. Like it's gonna be a face-off, and then it's like, oh, pool party time.
Yeah, Tanaka's like, yo, pool party ready.
So, yeah, that ends up being what they do. They just kick back, relax. Eggman is in the pool. Sonic is keeping an eye on him, but he and Chuck are both in these like high-tech pool floats. What are these?
Apparently, they were designed by Eggman,
which is odd because like you'd think that would come up as like a plot point. It doesn't.
Eggman isn't really thinking much here.
Fair.
I guess they are trying to talk with Chuck actually. So they're just bribing them basically. They're getting in their good graces.
Yeah, I suppose it's all because it's all a ploy to steal his new engine tech or whatever.
Yeah,
I kind of would like the idea of them actually connecting as genius science men.
Yeah, and that'd actually be kind of neat.
But instead, we're having one of the weirdest additions that they make to this comic. Eggman sees Ella in a swimsuit and gets the hots for her. What?
We saw a little bit of this in the second Gran Gordo issue, where he seemed kind of smitten with her.
Huh? I don't remember that.
There's one scene. There's one scene where you can see him staring at Ella.
All right. Well, either way,
this is the first time they really do it.
What the fuck are we doing here?
This is certainly an idea.
Okay, so I thought it was kind of dumb when you had like the robots being infatuated with a doll, but this is taking it too far. This is not. This is the wrong version of Eggman to be doing this plot line with. This maybe is appropriate with like Adventures of Sonic Robotnik, I guess, but not Sonic X Eggman.
So we can count the number of times Eggman has expressed attraction for a woman on like one hand. And I don't even... Did that even happen in Adventures of Sonic? Because I'm remembering the Catella episode, but he was just playing her.
Catella apparently wasn't their type, but they did build a robot wife for themselves, remember?
Okay.
True.
And then the only other time I can remember is in the Archie comics, and that was Sally in disguise, which that's not okay, but he at least backed off when he realized who it was. So, yeah, it's bizarre. And even that's, that's outweighed by how fucking homosexual he is in the movies with Agent Stone. But, it's a bizarre swerve is the point.
This is really weird.
And it's like, I was hoping, this would also be some trick, part of the play. It's not.
No.
So,
he's just like into her, which, okay, sure.
Let's get away from that. That's the idea. Deco and Boko are sad because they can't go in the pool, and Tails offers to modify them to be waterproof. But bypassing Eggman's security measures turns them into violent attackers. And, well, they proceed to chase Tails for 18 panels while everyone else completely ignores them. And it's funny because Tails is in plain sight. He's screaming the entire time.
No one gives a crap. It's okay. Maybe they just assume Deco and Bucko are just useless.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong, but Yeah. This is foreshadowing for Sonic Lost World, where fucking Cubot almost kills Tails. But we see stuff going on. We see Chris and Chuck competing to hold their breath underwater. We see Bokun trying to steal lemonade from Tanaka. Does that really meet the sugar quota? I guess it has sugar in it.
This will be his fourth pitcher.
Yeah. Eggman, his style of flirting is to try and advance his agenda, asking where the garage is to get the engine, but he just keeps asking over and over again so he can keep standing next to her. I feel like Eggman should be better than that. He should be more charming with women than that.
I feel like Eggman should have some riz.
He's animation's sexiest fat man, after all.
That's true.
Okay, again, a different version.
Yeah. Chris's parents explode the barbecue with way too much lighter fluid, and I can believe that neither of them would know a damn thing about cooking.
Of course not.
Actually, they did a gag with that in the show.
Yeah.
And we finally build up to the place that we flash forwarded to in the first part of the issue, which is that Eggman challenges Sonic to a diving competition.
To impress Ella.
Yes.
All right.
And Chris goes in first, and then Sonic, who should be less okay with this than he is, but I
think Sonic just kind of wants to get it over with.
Well, Sonic is like, nah, I am not having this. But then Chris is like, I'll just save you, like in the first episode. And then Sonic is like, okay.
Which is funny because he doesn't.
That's true.
And even before Eggman jumps, you can see Chris is getting out of the pool while Sonic is still in there.
You're right. Yeah, betrayal.
Yeah, it's total betrayal.
Yes, but Sonic ends up being okay though, because Eggman's cannonball splash, he's so fat that it knocks all of the water out of the pool and creates a tsunami that
it floods the backyard and house. It looks like
it floods everything. It damages the engine Chuck made by hitting the garage, and it somehow puts Chris on the roof.
I really like that right as that starts to happen, Sonic starts to think about, not long ago, I was transported to this other world, just like they did in the opening, because they always do the recap. Mm-hmm. So you can see exactly where the opening starts from, which is funny.
Yeah. Which is so funny because it has absolutely nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
I suppose if you had a follow-up to this panel, you could have followed it up with, man, this really feels like a departure from that. What has my life become? But it emptied out the pool, so Sonic is dry, so he doesn't care.
Basically, yeah.
So yeah, it also shorts out the robot, so Tails is safe. And yeah, Eggman he gets banned from the pool party, and he's like, "Can I at least stay for a hot dog?" And then they show how bad the hot dogs are burned and soaked, so he has to leave. But Balkoon still takes the hot dogs, which is funny.
Yeah, he takes all of them.
So yeah, it's funny. It's funny because like Amy's like, "What a disaster of a day," and Sonic's like, "Well, nobody died, and I had fun." So, but yeah, we end off with Eggman, yes indeed, fawning over Ella. That's so weird. Don't do that.
I don't know, man. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know. This issue is not. It's not devoid of fun, but it's like it's too fluffy. There is such a thing as too much fluff.
Yeah, this is just really fillery.
But don't worry, because there's bad filler and then there's good filler. At least in my opinion. Our final issue for today is Sonic X number 35, and look at all those Eggmen.
That is a lot of Eggmen.
Yeah.
It's also a Yardley cover, which is the only one in the series like this.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if Spaziant was busy or what, but yes, the story for this issue is Cracking the Eggman, Flynn and Fry. Sonic is called to action when a mustachioed fat man is seen causing random havoc around town, dressed in various wacky costumes. Could it be Eggman? Yes.
Could it be Eggman? Yeah.
Many different costumed Eggman are causing havoc in town.
Damn.
I like that in Eggman's spacesuit getup, you can still see the price tag on his toy laser gun.
It was only $1.75. What happened to the economy? That'd be like $12 now.
Gosh.
This was like 2008 or 9, so economy was
damn.
that was post-recession 2008, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, this is reported on by Scarlet, and she asks, the Chaotix for help, and they're
The
completely
most
useless.
qualified. Yeah.
Like, as I'd expect them to be.
SBO and Vector have completely batshit insane ideas about what it is, but Charmy correctly guesses that it's Eggman.
And the best part is he won't get his vindication.
No. So, it's time for Sonic to actually handle this, because he has to do all the fucking work.
Apparently.
He goes out, and he finds a Viking Eggman we start with. And Sonic tries to fight him for a second. He gets his... He has a rubber sword. I guess he went to, like, a Spirit Halloween,
Yeah.
Sonic... It's weird, because he tries to fight him, and then Eggman instantly goes, nope, and then he just catapults himself out of there.
He fucks off.
Uh-huh.
So, confusing. But then Sonic's like, alright, well, I'll head toward the base. And on the beach is Pirate Eggman.
Uh-huh.
With Sonic Rush Adventure up in here. This is Captain Whisker.
Oh my gosh.
This time, Sonic does manage to land a single hit on the boat, but Eggman just loads himself into a cannon and fires off again.
Okay, I'd like to point that actually Eggman promotes the cannon to captain of the ship and then declares that they will go down with the ship and then launches them off the ship.
Amazing. We're going all over the place here, but, he lands at the base, and so Sonic gets to the base and then gets attacked by Ninja Eggman.
Ninja Eggman is not one I would have expected. The rest of these I'll take, definitely.
Yeah. I like how Sonic says, oh, it's a rubber katana. At least he's consistent. So Sonic kicks him in the butt, and then Eggman smoke bombs out of there. So now we're getting closer to the base again. Now we're actually in the base. And Sonic encounters the henchbots, which have a barricade. And they're like, you need to stop Eggman.
Yeah. They're so excited to see him, like, oh, please stop him.
They fucking give him a group hug. So now we finally learn what's going on, which is completely ridiculous. Boken spiked Eggman's breakfast with way too much sugar because he wanted him to be Gran Gordo and Evil Boken again. I'm not reading the fucking entire Boken name again.
Damn.
But instead, it just made Eggman go costume crazy.
He's gonna keep going at it for 2 days.
Yeah, which is utterly ridiculous. And Sonic's like, I'm not gonna wait that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... yeah, this is dumb. No. Sugar just doesn't just drive anyone insane. No. At first, I saw this, I was like, Eggman is changing really fast, so it must not actually be, Eggman. I was thinking, oh, these are, robot copies or something. But no, it's just Eggman is just running around super fast because Sugar Rush. Kind of disappointing.
Sugar just drove him insane. I'm trying to think what psychological thing could be going on that's not that could make him want to shift into various outfits, because he's been in a lot of outfits. It's like if you put an issue before this where something really horrible happened to Eggman and he had to dive into alternate personalities to keep himself stable.
That would be interesting.
This is all just his disorganized feelings for Ella manifesting in weird ways. No, that might be worse. I don't know, but
no,
no, it's just silly to a point where I don't know. I think it's funny, but it is dumb.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's definitely stupid.
It's one of those where I think the fact that this is an entire issue rather than a backup story in another issue is part of what's hurting it.
Yeah,
because.
I'll agree with that.
I mean, the X comics don't have backup stories, but it's you don't need 30 pages to look at this, and it's
not really.
If you had less time, you could probably contrive a shorter explanation.
Probably. It gets kind of stupider. I would like to say final thoughts, but I can't because there's a little more to go over first.
All right.
Yeah.
So Sonic doesn't want to wait for Eggman to come down. Just make it actual drugs. There we go. No, he gets confronted by Night Eggman in the hall. This one has a real sword. So he breaks out. Eggman goes flopping after him, and he says, "You seem a little hyper. I've got an idea for a game. And then we get to this very protracted sequence where he is forcing Eggman to run back and forth to up and down the stairs of his base to put on various costumes as Sonic challenges him to various types of roleplay.
Okay, wait. So they get a sugar high and they become like a little kid? Like they're just like, oh, let's
Yeah,
just
he's so
play as
suggestible.
Sonic. Like what?
Yeah.
So, I honestly think that above all else, the main point of this issue was to have an excuse to draw this page of Eggman
I think
putting
so,
on
yeah.
a million different outfits and Sonic reacting to it and telling him to do something else.
I think you're right, honestly.
I'd like
It
to point
is-
out that when they have the circus getup, it's like the full one, not
the
the
cover one.
simplified one, which is
Yeah, it
interesting.
is.
And I would say about half of these are outfits he has actually worn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even think the painter one is from one of the France issues. The
Yeah,
cover.
yes, it's from the cover.
yeah,
of
yeah.
one. It's from one of the cover of the one of the
Mhm.
issues.
I like that he kept his prison fit from the show as well. We get Santa Eggman back. We get Robbie Nick back briefly, although he's not wearing the visor. They screwed it up.
Damn.
Gosh.
Actually, this pajama outfit is slightly different than the other one we saw him wear.
It's close enough.
And yeah, 16 panels of this. Gets the Elvis impersonator, gets a leprechaun outfit, which he never actually wore in the St. Patrick's Day issue.
That's true.
Um,
I like the henchbots questioning where does he get these costumes and why does he have them?
they're disturbed by the egg fursuit as well, and even more
That one
disturbed.
disturbs me. And then
Even
yeah,
more disturbed by
as
the
him.
Chris
as
Thorndike
Chris.
outfit.
Why the fuck does he have this?
Yeah, it's whatever he was planning to use that one for. I don't know if I want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. That's the.
And yes, this tires him out until he's back to normal. So
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah.
You saved the day, Sonic. Good job.
It's yeah. We end on the Chaotix being stupid again and saying like, see, it can't have been Dr. Eggman.
I also like when Eggman wears off. Eggman wakes up initially confused and then says that he remembers everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, Sonic gets a miscolored blue arm in this panel.
Oh my gosh.
he
you're
does. That's right. Bad comic.
Right. It was already bad.
I don't know. It's like I can
I
kind
don't
of
think it
turn
was
my
bad,
brain
but
off
it was
and
just kind
have
of
dumb fun, but it is completely contrived and ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. It doesn't need to exist. It is filler, but it's kind of silly.
Yeah,
it's entertainingly silly.
So it's not really even clever in how silly it is. It's just Eggman dressing up, and that's the joke. Look, isn't it funny that Eggman is dressed up in all these get-ups, and Eggman has gone insane from sugar, and so they're just like a little kid now, and Sonic can trick them, and that's how they save the day. Like it's a disgrace to the idea of Eggman dressing up, because the whole appeal of all the Eggman get-ups is that he doesn't need to dress up for his ploys, but he does it anyway because it adds extra flair. Like when Eggman makes like, you know, makes some sort of crazy plan and then dresses up for the occasion, they're just having fun with it. They're just enjoying it, and it's just adds to their personality. But like just dressing up for the sake of dressing up, that you can't win me over that way.
What you're saying is that this comic was designed to pander to you, but they were too cynical about it. They didn't understand what they were working with.
That's right. If this
they
was
didn't
done,
know their audience.
If this was done better, I could have enjoyed this. But yeah, they didn't really put any real thought into it, unfortunately.
All right. Well, fair enough. I do understand what you're saying. It's about the context. So yeah. Oh well. Eggman pledges not to eat sweets for breakfast again.
Which is fair, yeah.
Yeah, that's the last comic of the night. I still had fun, but I get it. So
I had fun, but it's nothing like impressive.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, exactly.
I can appreciate like the fact that they drew Eggman in so many different costumes. I'll give them that. The art is entertaining, but
it's really exactly. You read this issue for the montage and nothing else.
Basically.
But that is our final comic of the night. And, you know, next time on Deep Dive Zone, we're going to be finishing off the Sonic X comics And it really doesn't feel like they're building to any sort of climax with these.
It
Because they're
doesn't.
not.
It really doesn't.
Nope.
So you just kind of have to deal with it, which, fair enough. It's not meant to be what it is, but it does mean that next time on Diva Zone, we're probably going to have my least favorite issue of these comics, or one of my least favorites at least.
Interesting.
But we're also
Very
going to have
interesting.
some weirdness. We're going to have an okay enough two-parter, I would say. We're going to have something that Sonic Boom did again later on, and then we're going to have a complete swerve at the last minute.
Oh boy, there's a preview.
Yeah. But with all that said, that is where we're going to close it out for tonight. Thank you to my lovely co-host for being here, and thank you to all of our viewers so much for watching. If you like this episode, please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe, and if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, suggestions, or feedback, you can reach us at any of the links in the link tree in the description. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. We will see you next week for another exciting episode. I hope you all have a great rest of your night, and take care.